Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic on Christmas Eve. And as always, it doesn't matter what day of the year it is, we are going to bring you some Sudoku. And of course, this puzzle says Xmas all over it, and it's by our very reliable friend James Kopp, who will be celebrating Christmas 12 hours ahead of me because he's in Australia. And therefore actually may only see this obviously on Christmas Day. But the brilliant use of green and blue lines to create Xmas in the puzzle and 3 given digits. James, you're just a star. Thank you for sending us this. And there is a star in the east, I'm sure, at the moment, and maybe a reindeer and some sleigh going through the sky. But nonetheless, Cracking the Cryptic is here to give you a dose of Christmas logic and Sudoku fun. Now, my video tomorrow is going to be one I recorded a week or so ago, which was it's a 4-in-1 puzzle. So it's not especially festive, but it's a bit like a bonus edition because there are 4 Sudokus combined in it. It's by Whitman, I'll tell you that. And that will be coming out tomorrow. But today's is Xmas by James Kopp. Of course, don't forget that on our apps we've had an update on line Sudoku and fog Sudoku. So do get those. There's also a couple of free festive Christmas puzzles. Loads of Sudoku for you there. Loads also on Patreon, where on the 1st of January we'll be bringing you Blobs' brilliant Lord of the Rings 2. Really looking forward to that. And I mean, just check out the links. There's our merchandise, there's SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD, and there's the link to this puzzle, Xmas by James Kopp. And the rules are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Adjacent digits along a green line have a difference of at least 5. So those are German whispers. You could put 1-6 there or 1-9, but not 3-7. All digits along a blue line must sum to the same total in each 3x3 box the line visits. So those 3 will add up to the same as that one. Give it a try. No idea how long this is going to take me, but James is so consistent, I'm going to guess 35 minutes. Let's get cracking. No idea. Right. The things I know about green lines are that they can't have 5s on, and therefore the 5 in box 8 is in one of those positions, and they must alternate between digits higher than 5 and digits lower than 5 to maintain that difference. 4s and 6s can be quite difficult to place because they can't go in a position where the 2 neighbours, which would have to be the same digit, are seeing each other. Now, that's the thing I know about green lines. The thing I know about blue lines is where you've got a 3-cell segment matching a 1-cell segment. Oh look, these 3 are all the same because they're on the same line. So I'm going to colour them. And they're all 6, 7, 8 or 9 because 3 digits must add up to at least 1, 2, 3 equals 6. That is another high digit in the same mould. So is that one, and so is that one. Right, so this is high on a green line, and so is that. So we can now alternate on those lines between low and high. Orange for high, blue for low. That's not allowed to be a 7. This can't be 6 because of the neighbours seeing each other, or 7. This, similarly, can't be 6 or 7. Now, 5 on one of those means this is either 5-3-1 equals 8 or 5-2-1 equals 9. So there's definitely a 1 there. Just looking at the other lines to see if I can deduce anything obvious. Not really. This, I was going to say it's got to be a low digit, but I'd better wait before I can rule out that being a 6. With 1 and 2 there and 9. Oh, that was very foolish that I highlighted those in orange. Let's go in purple. Those are the same digit. And then I started using orange for high, which was fair enough, but orange and purple are both high in this puzzle, and those 3 purples are all the same. And they're different from both of these, which are different from each other because they appear in the same row. So these are 3 different totals. One of them at least is a 6 or a 7. Don't quite, I'd love to find a 4th different high total, but I don't think there's any reason that has to be different, so don't think I'm onto it there. These digits, that one is 1, 2 or 3. It has 2 neighbours that see each other. This one less constrained. Oh, these aren't allowed to be 1 because 1 is in these cells. Now, right, this is now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple. That is all the digits from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all different. They're all in this box. So these are from 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is now a quintuple. That digit must be the same as that, and they're not purple. So we'll call them green. And this is a 6, 7, 8, 9 quad, as I said. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we know that this is low, which is what we expected. We almost knew it before, but we didn't quite. If that's low, this is high, and that's low, because we must alternate along this line. This is 1, 2, or 3, because it can see that 4. I want to say this can't be 4. I've got no grounds for saying that at all. Again up here, well, this one especially could be anything, including a 6. Could it? Well, we've got 3, we've got 1 and either 2 or 3 in that group. So if that was 1, well, it can't be 1. If that was 2 or 3, we'd have the whole set in the column. Oh, okay. This can't be 6 because that can't be a 1, 2, 3 set because of that pencil marking. So that is now an 8, 9 pair. What does that do? Don't know. It doesn't even necessarily put 1 in those cells. And I can't relate these coloured cells to that 8, 9 pair yet. Oh, that is the same as that on the blue line. Oh, that's so blindingly obvious. Right, and this isn't purple or green, so I need a new high colour for that. Let's go red. Make those fully green to recognise the same digit. And everything that's not blue that I'm giving a colour is high in this. So that is the same as that. And now we can alternate between high and low on this line. Those are low. Those are high. They're not purple and they're not red. So one of them must be green, which is different from purple and red. Ooh, I mean, that's interesting. Oh, and this is low as well, and it's not 4. That's 1, 2, or 3. Now look, we're beginning to build up a collection of low digits in this row. Not quite enough yet. But this, I suppose this could be a 6 on this line. 6, 2, 1. Then red would be a 9. Green would have to be an 8. This would be 7 or 6. It's interesting, but I can't quite form a conclusion. This is 1, 2, or 3. It can't be a 4 by Sudoku. This is 7, 8, or 9. Right, this cannot be 6, because if that was 1, 2, 3, this cell would be broken. And now look. Look in this row. 7, 8, 9 is a triple. That is a 6. Got my first digit after 7 minutes. That's why I was getting excited. Oh no, it does a bit more because I can place 7 in box 8. And now one of these two is 7. Oh, but I don't have a colour for this digit. I'm trying, yeah, bear in mind, orange is not necessarily different from red, green and purple. Orange is generically high. Red, green and purple, wherever I'm marking them, are the same digits as the same colour, but different from the other colours. And that's the criterion on which I'm filling those in. Now, if red was a 7, either red is a 7 or that is a 7. If that's a 7, this is a 1-2 pair. If that is a 7, this is a 1-2-4 triple, and that's a 3 then. And that 3 would have to be surrounded by both 8 and 9. Oh, there's something going on there. Then purple would be 6 or 7 again. Whereas if this is a 7, that's a 1-2 pair. This can't be a 7 then. Then purple's much less likely to be 6 or 7. Ah, James, you've set us a trap of some sort here. 6 is in one of those two cells in box 9. And one of those two. Right. Let's rule out 6 from being here. If this was a 6 with a 1-2 pair making red equal to 9, then that's an 8 and that's a 7. Yeah, and that doesn't work because that 6 with its 1-2 pair there doesn't allow 7 to be there because that needs a 1 or 2 below it. So that is not a 6. We did rule out 6 there. That's 6. That's my 3rd digit placed. I should stop being proud of individual digits and try and do a bit better. This digit is 8 or 9. That's a pair in the bottom row. That's a 7, 8, 9 pair in the box as well, which is very unsurprising. These are 1, 2, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that's doing anything for me unless I can suddenly count a quint in the bottom row. No, not yet. Okay, 1. If this was an 8, that would have to be 1, 2, 5. Oh, there is definitely a 4 in one of those cells, and whisper rules make that a 9. That's the green one. This is now an 8, but I don't know its colour. Now purple can't be 9 anymore, because it's in the same box as green. It's also in the same row as red, so that can't be 9. So red is 7 or 8. Purple is 6, 7 or 8. Green is definitely 9. I haven't actually identified a digit in the puzzle which is non-red, purple or green yet. There probably is one I could find, but I can't do it. Oh, look at this. This is not red or green, and it is a 6. So it's purple or the 4th colour. Let's call it yellow. I don't know. One of these is green. One of these is green. No, one of those two is green because 9 is kept in these cells. That can't be a 9. So one of these two is green. One of these two is green. Don't quite know how to use that. This is now 6, 7 or 8, so 1 must be on this blue line and it can't be in that cell. So one of these is a 1. If it was and we can't use 5 on this line, so this blue set or this set must now be a set of 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the highest digit you can use on a line that adds up to 6, 7 or 8 that's 3 cells is 5, and that's unavailable. So that is now a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is now low, and that is high, and it's not purple. In fact, I think it's red. Yes, these two are the non-red and purple. So they're green and what I'm now calling yellow. That is red and is 7 or 8. So this isn't a 4. Okay, I thought I was getting overexcited about that being 7 or 8. Red is in one of these two and one of these three. I'm not marking that. Purple has come down to 6, 7 or 8. If it's 8, that's a 4, 1, 3, and that's a 2. Oh, that's now a 1, 2, 3, 5 quad. I hadn't seen that until now. So the 9 in column 4 is in one of those. Other digits are 4, 6, 7 or 8. That is 6, 7 or 8. And not green or purple, but it could be red. And this is high, obviously. This is 6, 7 or 8 as well. So that is a 6, 7, 8 triple. This, it could be 5. I thought I was going to find a 1, 2, 3 triple. In fact, where is 5 in this column? It's definitely in one of those two cells. And they are, according to the box, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's a quintuple. I have a feeling I'm finding just fatuously obvious things all the time. Oh, there's 1 and a 5 in those cells, so that's not a 1. Now, in this column, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple. So these two are both from 6, 7, 8. And in fact, these two are from 6, 7, 8, 9 as well. And now I've got a quad in the top row, and only one of them can be 9. How extraordinary. I think that's right. That's green there. This is not 9 now. Red, purple, and yellow is the other colour. So these are red and purple. So that one is the purple one, and that one is the red one. This is worth colouring. That's yellow in the column. This one is now red. And red is not 6. We know that from down here. Red is 7 or 8. Eight and 9. I just don't know. I can't colour. Can I colour these? No, I really can't yet. Can I colour that? Yes, that's not red, yellow, or green. Ah, that's 6. That's purple. Ah, so blatantly obvious when you get it. That is going to do a lot of work. So 6 on this line. That is a 1, 2, 3 triple. This is now where 4 goes in the box. I should have coloured that. Doesn't really matter. That's not 4. I say it's going to do a lot of work. I thought, yeah, 6 I can place in row 2. The colour scheme is working quite nicely now. 8 and 7 still to colour as yellow and red. Ah. And these two, well, they're from red, yellow, and purple. Oh, we know that 6 is purple. So that's yellow or red there, 8 or 7. Okay. Now, this is good. Now, we've also got to obey whisper rules. Ah, I was on the verge of saying one of those must be 3, so red must be 8, but I don't know that yet. I don't want to have to colour all the 1, 2, 3, 5s either. That's not allowed to be 6. This is yellow, is not 6, obviously. Yellow is 7 or 8. Red is also 7 or 8. Now, if red was 7, that's a 1, 2, oh, that can't be 4 anyway. There is a 4 in this group. And it's either 1, 2, 4 or 1, 3, 4. There's no 5 there, so the 5 in the box is here. There's no 1 in that cell. That doesn't do anything on the whisper, does it? I don't think so. Now, what I did notice there was something. 5 there, that's all it was. I can take 5 out of this cell. That's the only place for 4 in the column. I hadn't realised that. So 4 is not in those cells. Now, oh, I knew that already. One of these two must be 4. One of these two is 5. One of these 3 is a 6. Oh, if I could put it on the... Oh no, one of those 2 is a 6, more specifically. If I could put it on the line, this puzzle would be done. But I can't put it on the line, in fact, because I can see where 6 goes in box 9, down there in the corner, and now I have to not put 6 on the line there, which is unsurprising, but less completion. Now, talking of completion, I have completed all the 6s. They're done. There's a red in one of those 2 cells. Now, red is 7 or 8, so it cannot be there on the line, because the line would have to add up to at least 10. So red is there. Now red's in one of those 2. And red is definitely in one of those 2. Right, this can't be red in box 9. And that is because red is 7 or 8, and that's a 7, 8, 9 triple. So these are all not coloured. That is not red. The only place red can be, look, red is ruled out from those cells. So if it can't go there, it must be this. And now we know the identity of 7 and 8. 7 is red and 8 is yellow. So those are 8. That is an 8, 9 pair. 7 is red. That gives me quite a lot of reds. 7s to fill in all at once. 6 digits at once. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4 set. A 1, 2, 4 set. That's a 3. Surrounded by 8 and 9. That feels correct. These can't have a 3 in. That's a 1, 2, 4 set. So this is a 5. And that's not. These, well, I could colour them blue now. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, I do, because they add up to 9. So they're 3 and 1. That's a 2. There we go. This is going to get a lot done. So the 3 and 1 there makes this a 2, 4 pair. That takes 2 out of these cells. In this row, no. Yellow and green are 8 and 9, so I can colour them accordingly. They're going to be disambiguated. Well, actually, it could be if that's a 4, this becomes a 9, or by this blue line. Different ways maybe to disambiguate. Now, 7 on the green line must be next to a 1. So that's a 1, 5 pair now. That can go blue. I don't know why. I thought I tried to colour that earlier. Right. This is not allowed to be 3 anymore on the green line. Similarly, I think most of the line stuff is now done. Most of the green line stuff. Then there's this blue line still to go. Well, just that is left open to slight question on the green lines, if I'm reading this right. I can put the last 7 in to box 3. That is the last 7 in the grid. I've got all the 6s and 7s done, it looks right. Now, 9s maybe. Well, there's a 9 in one of those cells, and therefore there. That's worth doing. Then there's a 9 in one of those 2. Now what about 8s then? 8s are a bit less giving, mind you. Yeah, no, it's not quite as helpful. Top row, oh yeah, that's a naked single. 7, 9, 5, 8, 6 there, 1, 2, 4 there. This is Christmas. So, oh Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. 3, 6, 9, 7, that's a 5, 8 pair in the column. What did I predict? 35 minutes, I'm on 22. I think we ought to be finished a little quicker than the prediction, unless things slow down now. 1, 2, 4, 5 in this column, so that's 1 or 5. There's only one place for 4 in this column now, I have discovered, thanks to the magic of pencil marking. Seven. That is 1, 2, 3, or 5. I've got to finish off this blue line in a moment. 9, 4, 6, 7, 1, 2, 5, 8. 3 is in one of those cells. That's not very helpful. I'm going to have to think about this. Right, if that was an 8, this is involving a 1. That becomes a 2. Therefore, this would have to be 1, 3, 4. If that's a 9, that could be a 1 if this was 2, 3. This would either be 1, 3, 5 or 2, 3, 4, depending on that. So these are always from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's very... Oh, they can't have a 4 on because of that and that. Yes. So this can't be an 8 because these can't have a 4 on, and they can't be 1, 2, 5 without breaking that. So this is a 9. There we go. 9, 8. Right, those 8s go yellow, those 9s go green. And that deadly pattern has been ironed out, which is probably not going to inform anything else in the grid. We now know, well, I mean, I've known for ages there was a 9. Now this is a 9-8 pair, actually. That was probably available a little earlier. Right, that gives me 5 in the first column. That stops this being a 5 and places 5 in column 3. I've got 1 or 9 there, 1, 8. No, that is a naked 1 now. So 9 there, 8 there, 9 there, 8 there. Rather than keeping the colour scheme going, I'm probably going to get rid of it in a moment because it's not really doing any more informing now. That's a 2, 4 pair. That's a 1, that's a 2 to finish the box. I can put in 9 there and a 3, 5 pair. Down this column, I've got a 3, 8 pair that are resolved. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the colouring now. Did its job. It was marvellous. And it's funny how bare it looks now. That's a 2 by Sudoku. That's a 1 by Sudoku. This is a 4. That fixes 2 and 4. This can't be 2. I have a feeling this is going to end up being 1, 3, 5, but it's only a feeling. Hang on. Oh, I can finish this row. 5, 1. I am right now. 2. That has to be a 1 and a 3. That's a 5. That all seems to be working. The 1 and 3 are not resolved. Now I can finally remove 4 from there and put it here. That's on the German whisper bit there. 3, 4 and 5 to place here. That one is 3 or 5. That is 3 or 4. This one is the only cell with 3 pencil marks in. That 5 has sorted out 3, 5 there. That makes that 3. That's going to sort out everything in those columns. Everything in those columns. There it goes. 4, 2, 3, 1, 2 and a 1. And Merry Christmas Eve. We did even get our Christmas tree in the corner. And that is a brilliant puzzle by James, as so often. 25 minutes to solve. So the video will be close, well, be about 30 minutes. And that's perfect. Just what we want on Christmas Eve. A fun puzzle with a little bit of crunch to it and some satisfaction at the end. And I hope your Christmas is very much like that. Best wishes to you, and bye for now.